Good morning. My name is Alonzo Marsh. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for West Coast Bass. We're here today with the owner, Larry Viviano. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Alonzo. It's great to be here with you.
Larry, there's some excitement out there in the community. What is this buzz about West Coast Bass? What is going on?
West Coast Bass is a tournament organization that has unbelievable potential. And we're coming back with a multimedia concept that we're real excited about.
Well, I tell you, Larry, what really has excited me about West Coast Bass is the fact that you have permits already for 5 different lakes for your upcoming season. Could you tell us a little bit about that and your followers that you have?
I sure can. You know, when we decided to come back, we did a lot of research a year ago in 2008, so we know exactly what the fishermen want, which puts us in a real advantage position. This last year, in 2009, we went to all the best lakes in Western United States. We tested the events. We actually did half-hour TV shows. So we know it's going to work. We did our due diligence. In 2010, we've already got the permits for all the best lakes at the best times of the year. So we're going to have, there is no doubt about it, a strong year in 2010. And we're real excited about that, Alonzo.
As I understand it, NASCAR reaches tens of millions of people. Now you're telling me that West Coast Bass has the potential to reach that many people?
Let me give you some of the actual numbers that we're going to reach in 2010. With our multimedia concept, of course, we've got the television show. That reaches, on cable and on satellite, over 13 million homes alone on the West Coast. That's great, but we also got the power of radio, another 70,000 listeners. On all of our pre-promotion and post-promotion, we've got those listeners as well on one of the strongest stations in Northern California. Also, we've got BAG Magazine, Bass Angler's Guide Magazine, a full-color, great publication that goes out to all the real bass enthusiasts, and we're in full-color print in that magazine. So we've kind of crossed all the barriers. Add to that, streaming video right at the weigh-ins. Now we've got international numbers to put with our multimedia exposure.
Larry, I tell you, a couple of things that really got me excited about what you're doing is actually going on a couple of these tournaments and seeing the professional anglers as well as the amateur anglers and your following. Now, you've been doing this for 18 years. Tell the viewers a little bit about that 18 years.
I'm actually proud to say that back in the mid-'80s, Alonzo, I actually developed the Pro-Am concept where the pro and the amateur fish together in a boat. It's called shared weight. What it did is took the competition out of that individual boat, and it's making pros out of the brand new guys in a very short period of time. We've also designed the events so they're on the weekends. So the regular guy, the working man, as well as a touring pro can take advantage of our events. Where a lot of the other national events do not take that in consideration. Guys got to take off weeks of work and lose a lot of money just to fish their tournaments. We've developed our tournaments at an entry level they can afford, and we get that tournament pro along with the brand new guy, so that's a very unique concept.
Larry, I think it's important that you share your 18 years experience and your relationship with Ranger Boats.
Well, you know, back in the early 80s, we needed a boat sponsor. Ranger Boats, the #1 best boat manufacturer in the United States, jumped on board with us. We actually developed a great relationship for 18 years with them. We ended up giving away a dozen boats a year, Alonzo, back in 2000. And at that time, they decided that, you know what, maybe we should get in that business. The business is now strong enough for us to get in it. So they developed the FLW Tour and came into the market as well.
From what I understand, that relationship put a little strain on West Coast Bass and result ended the relationship with Ranger Boat and West Coast Bass in, I believe, 2001, correct?
That's right. And since then, Ranger Boats has done an awesome job with the FLW Tour. They are national and doing great, especially with the big non-endemic sponsors, bringing in millions, and gives us a great opportunity to do the very same thing.
The good thing about it, Larry, is you've let a few years go by with your relationship with Ranger Boats, and you have looked at all the positives, and you have worked out the bugs, And now you're ready to come back full bore with all of this great information and make this thing a major hit.
The timing is right. You know, timing is everything. On top of that, it's given us time to do our due diligence so that we can come back stronger than ever. We don't have any restrictions like we had before. We don't have a non-compete clause. That makes it really exciting for us.
I am really proud to be a part of the West Coast Bass team. Larry, tell us about the other members.
Alonzo, you know, I'm proud to have you. And the reason is because of your many years of being a top sales producer. And then we have Kali Christensen, who is an entrepreneur and businessman who's developed numerous multi-million-dollar companies. This is all by design, Alonzo. We also have the very best guy we could have in the industry itself, Dennis Lee. He's a fisheries scientist with the Department of Fish and Game, who is now retired and dedicating to help West Coast Bass be the biggest success possible. I couldn't have put together a better team than I've got right now. It took me a year to do it, but we're ready to do it now.
So, to drive this home, Larry, tell us about the revenue potential.
Our goal at West Coast Bass is in 2010 to bring $3 million in sponsor revenue. That's just a fraction of what FLW is doing, our competition, right now. Another unique opportunity we have there is that FLW just announced a couple of weeks ago, as we sit here, that they're not going to be doing tournaments on the West Coast at our level. A very good opportunity for us.
Larry, you said a few moments ago that timing is everything. And I believe that we are at the right place at the right time.
I couldn't agree more.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.